So you see, that's the part where we have to rationalize to understand ourselves. We intuitively understand about incentives, right? It's like, can experience this sort of like, oh, I know what I want. Like, what you can get out of a situation. Like, you almost intuitively understand that, okay, I'm driven by this. I'm wanting to be motivated to do a certain thing because I can possibly get this reward if I do it, right? It's like, it's almost like, but you have to kind of contextualize it by making an effort to contextualize, because you intuitively understand what that incentive is. But then if you analyze yourself, you'll be kind of fascinated by, oh, okay, so this is what you call an incentive. This is the possibility by which I can leverage my situation if I play my cards right. But everybody is driven by this. It doesn't matter who you are driven by incentive. If the incentive isn't there, well, nothing will work. Like, you will not be doing the thing if you have nothing to gain from it. That's kind of just how we as creatures operate. So it's fascinating to kind of think about, oh wow, okay, yeah, it's basically the whole economy is that. The study of economy is study of incentives. Like, these things work because, well, that's how human works. You can have an economy and it can't work because with the right incentive, people will, seek out those endeavors. And without the incentives, then it won't be there. This is why people study economy, right? They study the game, basically. Like, okay, how does it work? Because this game is too complicated with so many factors, with the bank, the interest rate, the this and that, the index, the consumer index, like inflation rate and this, that. Like, yeah, all these things affects the way in which people behave. Right? So the interest rate is high, well, you're gonna have to pay more on your debt, and therefore some people will be out of the game. So it's vice versa. So it's that kind of lever that they play around with to kind of incentivize people to do a certain thing, and they can manipulate it so that people can make certain actions. And everybody's doing that in the economy, right? You have politicians doing insider trading because they have information that you don't, right? They're manipulating the market because they want a certain result, and they send out a certain news, certain rumor, so that you buy in, and then they cash in when, So it's like that, right? That game is being played unfairly sometimes, but the whole time, everybody's just driven by their own incentives. And I think in this kind of with a macro lens, I suppose we should try to understand how this game is played so that you know what the best system can be, so that you can keep it going. Because right now you see all these kind of, recession, if you will, or all these kind of the cycle, basically economy cycle, right? And the more we can understand about it, the more we can kind of try to fix the game, in the sense that most people can still engage in this without the whole thing collapsing. Because I think we're having way too much up and down in the system for it to. It's basically driven by human greed, right? The human greed has driven the game into basically not working anymore. It's game breaking, right? It's game breaking now. It's like, imagine a shooter game where the mods, the people, the creators, the devs do not punish the cheaters. You can just cheat whenever you like. You can have bots, you can run bots and stuff, and nobody do anything
whatever
with it.
Method is available.
Then the game is going to be dead, because people are like, this is not fair. We just get killed unfairly by bots or whatever.
Yeah,
and
it
people
ruins
quit.
the whole game.
It ruins the whole game, and then your game goes to shit.